Hail is easier to discern where the bullshit is. Wind I can actually get to at the same time if I do it right. So bear with me as I play with my own slides in my head while presenting it. This should be fun. So we learned most of the shit that we know is true, and how we inspect and what it is we're looking for, all from insurance company engineers. Hague mostly. They say they've been doing this for over 100 years now. Over 100 years. I don't know how they've been doing this for over 100 years. But they have been an engineering firm for over 100 years. That firm has taught us through their certification, and everyone that has heard of Hague when they first get in the industry finds out that they are the end-all be-all. They are the company that everyone wants to be. If you are Hague certified, then you know everything that you need to know. If a ladder assist is Hague certified, they are sure as hell going to tell you about it because it makes them feel powerful. Hague used to say that damage is discernible visually in that moment. You can tactily feel if there is a bruise. And then they came out with a new testing procedure in their laboratories that they could sell called desaturation, where they put a vapor, basically a very strong degreaser in a vapor vat, and they put the shingle inside it and it melts all the asphalt off. And then all that's left behind is the fiberglass mat. And then they can see on that fiberglass mat whether or not it's actually been bruised, a bump or a fracture in it. And because now they have the ability to sell that, then they wrote a paper that says a contradiction to what they said before, that we might not be able to detect if it has been functionally damaged unless we do a desaturation test. Oh, by the way, we could do it at our laboratories. You should hire us for that. So when it benefits them financially, then potentially there might be damage that you cannot visually or tactily see on site. How many of you are roofers? Are you guys experts? Are you?
Me too.
Raise your hand if you think you're an expert. It's a lot less than I expected. You are experts. You're roofing experts. Should a roofer be able to identify when something is damaged by hail or wind? Yeah. That makes you an expert, right? An expert is someone that has more than general knowledge over the public. What do experts that get hired by the carriers do when they're sent out? How do they tell the insurance company what they found? What do? They write a report. Do you guys provide reports of the damage? Do you think that the experts hired by the carriers only send in photo reports? No. They send in everything, and they have a whole write-up on it. Photo reports is not an expert report. But that's what most contractors do. And they think it's sufficient and they get mad. If you're going to be an expert, and you should be, then you can have an expert opinion and put it in writing along with the photos. And if you are an expert on site, even Hague says that the expert is left to make up their own definition. We don't have to ignore wear and tear or improper installation. We can actually lean into that issue, because what they're trying to say is, that's not wind, it's wear and tear. What they actually mean is wear and tear started it off. Improper installation started it off. For my example, the wind would not have lifted at that chimney flashing if it had been sealed down properly. So you could reasonably say that if not but for improper installation, the wind would not have caused damage to that spot. And that would be true, probably. Well, it was a hurricane, so it wouldn't be. It would have definitely been damaged anyway. But if you can honestly say that it would not have occurred if not but for the improper installation or the age of the roof, then wear and tear or improper installation is part of that loss. It's a contributing factor. And the carriers and their experts are all just trying to name what they believe to be the proximate cause, the first cause of loss that starts the chain of events off. So your job is to get them to tie the wear and tear and the improper installation to the hail and the wind. It made it much more susceptible. Put that in your report.